Hi, everybody. This is Cliff. I want to talk to you today about an optimal size to grow your business. It's always an interesting question as a business leader to try to figure out, what is really the optimal size to grow your business? Do you grow at monster size? Do you grow at small size? Are there iterations? Do you grow it a little bit, reset, grow a little bit, reset, and how do you think that through? Well, a couple things to think about are that it all really depends on the maturity of your business. And in other words, do you have the cash to fund business growth? Can you raise the money if you don't have the cash to fund your growth? And in addition to that, is your business profitable? If your business isn't profitable, then it's hard to justify growing something that's not working. Is there market demand for your product? And do you know what your competition is up to and what their plans are? Are your products innovative and innovative enough to break through the market clutter? And most importantly, do you have a plan? Because the most successful way to grow to optimal size is to have a plan, maybe even a 10-year plan. So I would suggest that you put together a plan with your management team that looks 5 to 10 years out and visualizes what growth would look like. Other issues that you need to consider are, do you have the energy to execute a 10-year plan? And are you the right leader to plot and implement the plan, or actually plan and implement the plan? If you don't have the skills to plan it, you can always hire a consultant to map it for you or map it with you. And then finally, of course, you need to really understand your company before you buy somebody else's company. In other words, you need to know not only are you making a profit, but are you gaining customers? Are you losing customers? And are there systems that you need to improve before you grow your business? There's basically 2 or 3 ways to grow your business. One is to grow organically, takes a lot of energy and effort, takes money as well. Businesses can grow as fast as their infrastructure allows them to, and their skills and their skill set, their skilled employees. They can use their marketing, their innovation, their reputation to grow, and it just takes focus, drive, and cash to fund the growth as you're marketing and maybe hire a marketing person and you're talking to people that will refer you business, because in the end, that's really how most businesses grow. They have referrals. Being in a local market is always an easy thing, a better way to do it than to grow all over the place unless you're willing to have fund marketing in other separate markets. And, those are all parts of a 10-year plan on what you want to do. You can always buy another company to help fund your growth. First of all, you have to raise the money, and then you have to find companies that fit into your box. It has to be part of your 10-year plan. Well, maybe we own a tractor company and we want to have irrigation as a product that we have as well, in addition to the tractors. So we have to figure out, how does that fit together? And is there an irrigation company that might be for sale? Why would somebody sell their company? It's always a question, and it's usually poor health or desire of the key ownership. Sometimes ownership is really more next generational, and they really don't want to run a company. So they want to buy a company to help to wrap around theirs, or they want to sell a company because they want another company to take over the key responsibilities. Finally, you can always merge a company together with another company. Usually that's a local situation. Let's say you've got a pump company and there's another pump company locally, and Together, you'll be a much stronger company than as individual companies. This has a lot to do also with talent and keeping talent and having existing talent. Sometimes companies merge because one company just doesn't feel they have the talent to keep growing. Unfortunately, you have to keep growing. That's the bottom line here. Most companies lose about 5 to 10% of their business every year as buyers of their products change decisions and change their business models as well. It's always a dynamic environment. So if you're not always thinking about growing, your company will end up shrinking and going out of business. Cash, unfortunately, in order to grow, you need to be thinking about cash. If you're dreaming of growth, you need a skilled CFO or controller that has a good understanding of finance and can help you capitalize your company in a way that will pay for growth. Your eyes have to be focused on your numbers, and then you can be focused on somebody else's numbers. And sometimes you can create critical mass that makes it more efficient for you to run your company. Develop a realistic growth plan that you can keep up with as you grow organically or add existing companies. Most sales, most mergers, most purchases fail on the basis of poor planning, culture clashes, culture is critical, unrealistic expectations, and wrong objectives or poor planning. Between 70 to 90% of companies that are purchased and merged into another company, those transactions fail across the United States. It is a tricky business to get two separate companies to work well together. And so you need to have some strong thinking that goes into that, some planning. It's not just because you're a super cool person, but it's because you are a planner and you understand what you're buying before you buy it. Back to our question, is there an optimal size to grow? I think you have to be strategic in your decision making to answer that question. I always believe that you start small to learn the mechanics of blocking and tackling, of growing your company, and then the optimal size is really only limited by your energy and desires. There is no magic number. Some growths do create efficiencies, and some growths don't. It just depends on exactly what you're buying and what staff you're buying. Sometimes there's enough room in your existing staff to supervise the new people, and you can save some supervisory staff. Take time to reach your objectives. Don't forget, as usual, you need to raise money to pay for your purchases. There's significant brokerage and attorney's fees that have to be paid, as well as budgeting for employee turnover and the mistakes you may make. You just don't assume that you are perfect, walk on water, and everything goes perfectly. If you're fortunate, you'll be able to harvest some market efficiencies and some business efficiencies, just like you would be gaining some sales volume, which is your objectives. So back to answer your question, is there an optimal size? I think there's an optimal vision, optimal energy, and that all has everything to do with the amount of cash that you have available to apply to your growth. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This is our answer to your question, is there an optimal size to grow your business? And my name is Cliff Hockley with Cliff Hockley Consulting.